What's going on, y'all? Y'all know who it is. Hold on 1 second. Let me go and make sure I pause the live on my end so that I don't hear myself double speak. Give me 1 second. There we go. It's the world's first and only dark skinned activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the very first platform in history for dark skin, known as dark skin activism. No Rashida, no colorism on social media. They mocked me, then they copied me. If it wasn't for Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skinned activist, there would be nobody speaking on colorism, speaking on darkism, speaking on dark skin discrimination on social media. That's a fact. That's a fact. Whether you like me or not, because I got some haters out there, but I want to say shout out to my haters and shout out to the people that love me. Let's go back. Let's go back to, we ain't gonna even take it back to 1998. We're gonna take it back to my childhood. The root of where dark skin activism came from, which is the very first platform in history to ever advocate against colorism, against dark skin discrimination, against darkism. That's right. It went all the way back to my childhood. And the burning question I had was, why was I being treated differently for being dark skinned? That's the roots of dark skin activism. I grew up, still had the burning question, went out into my family, went out into the world to try to discover the answers to the questions, and I couldn't find them. So what I decided to do is become the change that I wanted to see, the world's first and only dark skin activist. I decided to become what I do now to people, defend dark skin activism. So in 1998, I got an opportunity to speak at St. Petersburg College, and I spoke on dark skin discrimination, specifically on dark skin discrimination, speaking about the Sudanese model Alec Weck, Lauren Hill, and just darkism in our communities in general. And that gave birth to dark skin activism. Now, from 1998 all the way up until 2009, I continued to develop dark skin activism in the form of plays, books, darkism talks. I've written more books on dark skin than any human being in the world. The expert on dark skin, the expert on darkism, the definitive on darkism. Okay, the first artist, the first author in the world to focus my work exclusively on dark skin. Nobody's done that before me. So I brought it to social media in 2009, and Black people said, what the hell is a dark skin activist? They mocked me, now they copy me. So in 2014, Tommy Sotomayor contacted me. And for my haters out there that keep on coming up on here to talk about why you talk about Tommy Sotomayor, I talk about Tommy Sotomayor because Tommy Sotomayor is actually a part of my history online. In 2014, as a result of my steadfast dark skin activism, Tommy Sotomayor contacted me by hitting me up in my inbox on Facebook, asked me to come on his show and discuss my dark skin agenda. From that point on, dark skin activism became known, and Black people continued to say, what the hell is a dark skin activist? They continued to make fun of me. Fast forward all the way up until 2015, when I had a beef with Kendrick Lamar. I had the beef with Kendrick Lamar, and it was as a result of one of the people that I was counseling regarding colorism and dark skin discrimination, which I'm the first to do. The first, that's right, I have to say this because people love to plagiarize and steal and rip off my work, but you're not the dark skin activist. It's only one. Anyway, as a result of one of the people that I was counseling, she came to me and she said, what you think about the situation with Kendrick Lamar and his new fiance? I went and Googled it because I didn't know who his fiance was. I said what I said, and that sparked the whole conversation on colorism. As a result, that thing went viral to millions. Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club made me donkey of the day for calling myself the dark skin activist and calling out Kendrick Lamar's darkism, aka colorism. Okay, then a funny thing happened. Black people mocked the out of me. That's what they did first. And then as a result of the viral post, they all flocked to my channel to see what this dark skin activist was, who this dark skin activist was, and what this dark skin thing was. And then you begin to see channels who had never spoke about dark skin colorism at all. They begin to plagiarize my work. These people already had built-in audiences already. They had big followings already, but they didn't have the originality. They didn't have the creativity of the world's first and only, I said the world's first and only dark skin activist. So what they began to do is plagiarize and copy. And that's is how? Through Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. That's how we get the conversation on colorism on television and social media, okay? Because these people did not know anything about what I was talking about. They did not know it was a such thing as a dark-skinned activist, and they saw that it was good. They first hated, and then they started copying me. Anybody you hear talking about colorism, anybody you hear talking about dark skin discrimination, anybody you hear talking about darkism, they have stolen, ripped off, plagiarized the work of the world's first and only dark skin activist, Rashida Strober. And you're looking at you're looking at her, the world's first and only. It's only one. Don't ever get stuck. All right. That being said, let me move right along, because I know that there have been some people that have been patiently waiting for me to give my review of a November 16th Ready to Love OWN episode. Ready to Love is a black dating show on Oprah Winfrey's channel. And before I get started, I want to say shout out to everybody that's watching. This is very impromptu. I'm doing it because I haven't had a whole lot of time. So right now I feel like, okay, let me go ahead and get this done before, I run out of time to actually come on here and give y'all my review of it. So Ready to Love is a dating show produced by Will Packer on OWN, Oprah Winfrey's network. And I am a fan of the show. I actually like the show. But just because I'm a fan of the show, that does not mean that I'm not here to call out the darkism on the show, because I'm going to call out the darkism on the show. And with this show here, let me just get straight to the point. The main point that I want to make and talk about that I got from this episode, which was the November 16th episode of Ready to Love on OWN, okay, is the dark-skinned women for the second time in a row ended up at the bottom, okay? And the first time that dark-skinned women ended up at the bottom, it was the dark-skinned attorney, and I believe it was Nina, dark-skinned Nina, and eventually they just got rid of Nina. Let me tell y'all something. These black men on this show don't want the dark-skinned women. They just don't, okay? They don't want the dark-skinned women, okay? I'm not in denial about this. Alexis, the light-skinned mixed-race Alexis, okay, she has consistently gotten the most dates. She has been consistently pursued by the most men, okay? And following behind her would probably be Divine, okay? The two light-skinned women are at the top of the show, and the dark-skinned women are at the bottom. In fact, they have systematically continued to eliminate the darker-skinned women and the dark-skinned women first, okay? Like I said, the first round, the very first show, they got rid of the dark-skinned attorney, okay? Now, this November 16th episode, which was this past Saturday, the 16th, Reva, dark-skinned Reva, and dark-skinned Kimber, who I actually cannot believe was at the bottom, because, I mean, they gave their little reasons for it. And I feel like London, your darkism came out. London's darkism came out, because I don't feel that you should have thrown Kimber under the bus like that. Okay. I just don't, even though I will say that Jimmy, who was eliminated from the show as well, was probably her best match. But London, it just seemed like, your darkism came out, because we all know that, you're a darkist, and we all know that you think light-skinned women are better. We know this. I mean, I knew that when the first episode, when Reva came on there, when Reva was the first woman to come up there, and you was like mediocre when you was meeting her. You was not really interested in her. When you seen a lighter skinned woman, which was Aisha, pull up, you was all up looking at Aisha clearly. And then I saw a sneak preview of next week's episode, and your ex is a light-skinned woman, which confirms that your ass is the darkest. They don't want no dark-skinned women on the show. They don't want the dark-skinned women. They don't. So here's what happened at the end, when they was doing the little meeting, when they got with the meeting and the guys all got together, London, he just went in a little bit too hard, I feel, on Kimber. Okay, true enough, Jimmy is not on the show anymore, which was the main person that she was like really and truly interested in. But at the same time, it's like he just went extra hard to throw her under the bus. And you could hear how it was his tone of voice when he started talking about her towards the end. And I don't think he even had to bring that up, but you was looking for a way to, because you haven't interacted with Reva like that. I mean, you probably want to get rid of her too, but there's probably, there's really nothing that you have on Reva. He don't really got none on Reva, because he don't with dark skinned women like that. London don't with them dark skinned women on the show. Pay attention. London does not with the dark skinned women. So when it came time, he wasn't about to let light skinned Alexis and light skinned Divine, his two top choices, go. He was not about to get rid of them. So what did he do? He pulled the darkest card. That's what it is. He pulled the darkest card out of his pocket at the end, talking about and Ashima. He wasn't even saying nothing about Ashima. Is just like, oh, Ashima, child, please. Ashima is getting a pass because she's lighter skinned. She might not be light skinned, but she's lighter than the dark skinned one. She's lighter than dark skinned Reva. She's lighter than dark-skinned Kimber. She does not look better than Kimber and Reva at all, but she's lighter skinned. So London, why you ain't coming for her? You came for Kimber. You did not have to come for Kimber lighter. He pulled the darkest pass out of his pocket towards the very end. Talk about, oh, she was all up in my inbox. Talk about we can have some babies. Da 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 da. You don't want no babies with her. You don't want no babies with no dark-skinned chick. You don't want her. Yo, look, listen, y'all. I seen the preview. Okay. London is, y'all, London is the big dude that, first of all, you too damn big. I wouldn't even, let me tell you something. This dark skinned woman would not want to date you anyway. They praising you like you all that, honey. You is too big. You weigh almost 300 pounds. I think you said. Okay, your face is chubby. You look chubby. You are not all that. I know you think you all that, okay? Because you got these light-skinned chicks, but you are not all that, London. You are not. And you did not have to throw Kimber under the bus. I don't appreciate you doing that. Oh, he just, y'all, I know what it is. He could not. There's no way in hell he was getting ready to throw his two light-skinned top picks under the bus. So it had to be one of the dark-skinned chicks. Had to be at the bottom, and that's exactly what happened the second time in this show, where the dark-skinned women was at the bottom. The attorney at the bottom, at the first show, and Nina at the bottom on the first show. Okay, these men don't want no dark-skinned women. It is quite clear. Let me tell y'all something. Let me get on Mario. Mario do not want no dark-skinned Reva. He does not want no, and he really didn't want light-skinned Tundi. He really didn't want her. He said it out his own mouth. But you know what? A basic light-skinned chick is better than a cute dark-skinned chick. I said a basic light-skinned chick is better than a cute dark-skinned chick. Cause let me tell you. Kimber looks better than all of them. Okay, if we keeping it 100, Kimber looks better than all of them, but she is too dark. So a basic light-skinned chick is always gonna win over a superior, and I'm talking about in looks, because Kimber is superior in looks to the light-skinned chicks on there. I know y'all think y'all can sit up here and go on and on about trying to make it out to be like Alexis is the best looking. She is not the best looking one on the show. She is not. I don't care. I'm not going to follow popular opinion. That is not what the dark skinned activist does. I'm going to sit here and tell you she is not the best looking one on the show. She's not. Kimber was. Actually, it was Kimber, but they got rid of Kimber because a basic light skinned chick is always better for social status, for upping your upward mobility. Okay, it's always better to have a light-skinned chick with good hair and green eyes on your arms. Okay, it's always better to be seen in public with a soft-skinned, feminine, light-skinned chick with good hair and green eyes. It's always better for your boss to see you with that, your clients to see you with that, your family, the general public to see you with that. Light skin, good hair, green eyes is an asset. Dark skin, nappy hair is a liability. Okay. Why you think Carrie was able to move on so quickly? Carrie was able to move on, and he went right in for the kill. He jumped on the bandwagon. He jumped on the Alexis light-skinned good hair bandwagon. Sure did. He jumped on the bandwagon. Okay, Carrie, I try to give you a pass, but I don't like what you said about Nina. You sat there and said, and I would argue that Nina is darker than Reva. Yes, Nina is darker than Reva. And you're going to sit there and say, oh, I'm not interested in her because she looked like my sister. You ain't want her on the show. The black men on this show do not want no dark-skinned women. Period. End of discussion. Y'all, you come on here, argue with me. You can disagree. I don't care. I am correct. I am absolutely correct in my assessment because I am going off of their actions. You have to look. Let me tell you something. When you are dealing with a man in general, you have to look at that man's actions. You cannot go off of what he says. You have to look at what he does. Okay. Because a man, specifically a man, their actions speak louder than their words. And I'm telling you, their actions, they got rid of damn near all the dark-skinned women. Okay, 2 dark-skinned women was at the bottom on the first damn show. And now the November 16th episode, 2 dark-skinned women at the bottom. And the best looking one at the bottom. That tells you something. That tells you how darkest they are. If they put in the best of the best that the real black got to offer. Okay, good nappy hair, dark skin, everything that a black thick, all that a black man say he want. That's the best, supposedly the best of the best of the best of the real dark skin. If they're giving her the boot, that tells you something, people. That tells you something. Yes, Eleanor, you said Kimber was most definitely the prettiest, but they want to make us believe. They want us to believe they're frauds. They're frauds. They're darkism frauds. They want us to believe that Alexis is the prize. I've been knew she was not. She was not the prize. She's not. I'm not going to sit here and say to you that Alexis is unattractive because that's not true. But I'm not just to sit here and put a mixed woman above a authentically all the way black woman. We're not going to do that. That's what darkists do. Darkest, I call them darkest in my book, Darkism 20. I'm over here looking at my book. I ain't got the book over there. I got A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, which by the way is $40. All my books are $40 a piece. Y'all need to get my book. I called them darkest in my dark skin glossary of terms that I created in all of my books. Now you haters out there, stay the fuck out of my book copying and plagiarizing because you will get sued. You will get sued. Okay. Let me tell you something. Darkism won't allow these men to see that Kimber is actually the most beautiful, because what they're doing is they're not going off of personality. Don't believe that. Don't believe that for 1 minute. They are going off of light skin and good hair. Who got the lightest skin and who got the best hair? Okay. Let me tell you something. Like I was talking about Mario. Mario does not want no dark skin Reva. He does not. I don't know where the hell. Well, I take that back. I do know where it's coming from. When Tondi started talking about squirting, and Mario in one of the episodes, I think it was either the November 2nd one or the November 9th one, she was talking about squirting, and that rubbed Mario the wrong way, and Reva was the default. That's another thing. That proves they don't want these dark skin women because they keep making them the default. Y'all think I'm lying? I don't have to lie. I sat here and watched the show. Kimber was the default for Jimmy because he was after light-skinned, good hair Alexis, mixed race Alexis. Okay. All right. Reva, in the same way, Reva was the default for Mario because when light-skinned, good hair Tondi made him mad, that's when he decided to go be all up on Reva. Okay. He don't want, and he keeps trying to make every excuse. He talk about, her friends, I done got in jail with her friend. Mario, you don't got to do all that. You don't want her. You don't want no dark-skinned woman. They don't, period, point blank, end of the story. That's really all I got to say. From this episode, that is what I gathered. These men are not interested in the dark. And let me tell you, like I said, this is something I've always known, and I've always said this. You could be beautiful. You could have, you could even have money. Ooh, you could even have money. You could even have money. Can you believe that? You can have your shit together. You can have your education. You can have a nice body. You can wear natural hair. It can all be yours. You ain't got to be bald headed. Okay. Run around here with lace fronts and weave. You can have everything they say they claim they want, and your ass is still not supposed to get picked first. You still supposed to be the default. Okay. You supposed to be the default. You don't have to be loud, because they always talking about, oh, these dark skinned women loud. Oh, they loud and belligerent. Oh, da, 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 da. Okay, well, let me tell you something. Reva is not loud and belligerent, but she was in the bottom. She was in the bottom. They don't want no dark-skinned women. Bottom line is, they don't want us. Ready to Love, as much as I love this show, it is reflective of what is the real deal in the Black community with Black men, and how they will chase down, run down, hawk down, double down on a dark-skinned one, on a light-skinned woman. The first chance they get, they will throw a dark-skinned woman under the bus. That's what London, big, greasy, chicken, macaroni sound eating, chitlin sound. He sound like he just got food stuck between his damn cheeks when he talk. That's why I'm looking at him like, what in the hell do they see in this dude? He is not, I mean, he's below average at best. Me personally, I'm not attracted to him. I'm not attracted to him. I don't think he looked that good. He's too fat. You're too meaty. You're too meaty. Okay. What you need to do, London, you need to slow down on the London broil. You need to slow down on the chicken and the macaroni and cheese. You need to slow down on the Southern food. What you need to do, you out here worried about, you don't want no dark-skinned women. What you need to do is you need to look at yourself. You need to lose some weight. Okay. That's the first order of business. Your ass is too damn big. You're too damn big. You got a big ass meathead. You look like you always hungry all the time. Every time I hear you talk, oh my God. Oh, Chicken Wayne. Oh my God. Chicken motherfucking Wayne, y'all. And he out here trying to get rid of dark-skinned women. Now, okay, Kimber, granted, I will say, I felt like, I'm going to be honest here. I felt like you and your friends were moving a little bit too fast with Brent. I do not feel like there was a genuine connection. I kind of feel like, okay, well, he was like the next best thing, but I have to give you a pass on that. I have to give you a pass. And speaking of that, Brent just got this man got this attitude like he the prize. Brent, you're not the fucking prize. You're not the fuck. You know what? Men like that, bye. Anybody got time for that? Goodbye. You're not all that. I like the fact that you work with the youth, but your attitude, you act like you want a woman to sit there and chase you down. Okay. And you have this problem with opening up. You really do. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like this dude, like, why are you even on this dating show? And you know what the show is all about. So, you know, when I looked at the date that they had when he came over to meet the friends, okay, he's just so stuck. I can't stand men like that. I can't stand men who think that they the shit, who think that they God's gift. You're not. There's fucking billions of men on earth. Okay, get over yourself. Be motherfucking humble. Be humble. Okay, be humble. Okay, be humble. You're arrogant. Alexis is also arrogant. Alexis is a arrogant mixed race woman. I will never forget when she came up on the show the first time, and she said she looked around at those darker skinned women. She was looking because the women were dark. They were darker than her, the majority of them. And she said, I ain't got no competition. Why you feel you ain't got no competition? Because they're darker than you, because you're intrinsically, you know the deal. You might not say it out your mouth because maybe you don't want to offend nobody. But the fact that I only go off of facts. I mean, you looked around at the women. The women were of darker hue than you. They were not mixed race, except for maybe, and I don't know if Devon is mixed, but you sat there and said, after looking around at those women, that they were not your competition, as if to say you're better than them. If you're saying that someone is not your competition, you're basically saying that you're better than them. And my question is, why do you think you're better than them? Do you think you're better than them because you're mixed race, because you got good hair, because you're exotic looking? Is that what the deal is? You're arrogant. You're arrogant just like Brent. Both of y'all the same. But like I said, meathead, You can have meathead. You can have meatball. Okay, you can have meatloaf. Okay, you can have chicken wing. You can have him. You can have him. Okay, child. They don't want no dark skinned women. That's just all it is to it. They don't want the dark skinned women, and they're eliminating their asses one by one. They went away. That's what they're doing. They're getting rid of them because they don't want them. Okay, they want to squabble over the little light skinned chicks. That's what they want to do. That is what is going on this show, Ready to Love on OWN. Okay, and it's a real sad situation because, you know, anybody that knows the movement, dark skin activism, you know that one of the chief goals is to bring the black man back to the dark skinned black woman in balanced numbers. And, you know, if I had to judge on this show, I would say, Rashida, you're doing a fucking poor job. You're gonna have to step it up. You're gonna step it up. You're gonna do something more, because these black men, they don't want them. Now, next week's episode, this coming up Saturday, y'all, it's gonna be, oh my God, it's to get real. And I'm gonna come back on here. The prelude is most of these men, I know why they don't want the dark skinned women, because I know why, but we're gonna get into that next week. We're gonna talk about that next week after I sit down and watch the show and get a chance to look at it and, you know, see what's going down. But I can tell y'all right now, I already know, based on the preview for that was on last week's show, for the upcoming week's show, I know why these men don't want no dark skinned women. Okay. It is the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the first platform in history for dark skin, known as dark skin activism. Okay. I want to let everybody know that I have an End Darkism campaign going. And if you want to help me to expand it, because that is the goal, I want to expand the End Darkism campaign, which is the Dark Skin Activist Tour that consists of my plays, that are about only dark skin, and other creative works about only dark skin, as well as Darkism Talks. I am a playwright. I am a performer. I have a one-woman show called The Dark Skin Woman's Revenge that I perform on the Dark Skin Activist Tour, and I'm raising funds to be able to produce the show. So if you would like to see that happen, go to my GoFundMe and make a donation. Now, if you give $40 or more, I will send you an autographed copy of one of my books. It'll either be Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, or my latest book called Token Dark Girl, The It Dark Girl of the Moment. So you can go to my GoFundMe, you can go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com, or you can go to my Cash App, which is Rashidalala, and give in $40 or more. And if you want all three of the books, that'll be $120, and I will send you all three of the books. We got the holidays coming up, so you can get these books, as they would make the perfect gifts for anybody in your family or in your circle that you know that practices darkism. They need to read my book. They need to be checked and called out, okay, in an intellectual, entertaining way. Now, the funds are going to go towards the production of the Dark Skin Activist Tour. Like I said, it consists of my creative works, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, and other creative works. It goes toward the venue costs, the marketing costs, the tech costs, all these costs that are involved. The goal is to raise $1 million. So go to my GoFundMe, make that donation, or go to my Cash App, or go to my PayPal. And like I said, if you give $40 or more, I will send you an autographed copy of one of my books. The books are $40 each. And I want to thank you guys for watching tonight. Make sure that you share this video. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you want to find out more information about the world's first and only dark skin activist, make sure you go to darkskinactivist.com. Once again, that's darkskinactivist.com. And you guys can find out more information about the movement. But one of the most important things that I would like for you to do is to donate and share it with, tell your friends and family to donate as well, because we're going to get to $1 million. We're going to get to $1 million. And as soon as I get to a place where I'm able to go ahead and get enough proceeds, I will get the venue. I will lock that in, and I'm going to be telling you guys what city I'm going to be in. Okay. So what's going to happen is I'm going to choose a city, choose a venue in that city. But here's the thing. You will still be able to watch me even if you're not in that city, because I'm going to do a pay-per-view live stream. So that means anybody anywhere in the world can watch the show anywhere in the world. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned to the channel. Like I said, you can also go to my website, which is darkskinactivist.com, and keep up as well. And you can always email me at darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com for more information. So I want to thank y'all for watching tonight. I mean, I had to keep this one here short and sweet because it's just pretty straightforward with what happened with this episode, that dads don't want no dark-skinned woman because they keep putting dark-skinned women in the bottom. They stay in the bottom, okay, all the time. And that indicates to me they don't want no dark-skinned woman. Thank you guys for watching. It is the world's first and only, because there's only one dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the first platform in history for dark skin. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I'm out. Good night.